This is the petal chain stitch. I'm going to work from right to left along a line. This stitch curves nicely if we put the little chain stitches on the outside of the curve. But we're just going to do a straight line to begin with. And I'm going to come up, and then I'm going to put my thread above the line, and I'm going to go down and back up halfway in between. So then my thread will be coming out of the center of that stitch. Now I'm going to kind of form a loop, and I'm going to do a chain stitch. And so I want to make sure that as I emerge, that thread goes underneath my needle. So I've got a nice little line with a chain stitch. Next I'm going to tack that stitch down, but I'm going to come up about a 1/2 inch away from the beginning of this chain stitch. So from here to where I come up is about a 1/2 inch. So now I'm going to do another back stitch. So I throw my thread above, and I'm going to go down at the top of the chain and come up halfway in between the chain and where I came up the next time. I'll do another chain stitch right here. Make sure that my thread is underneath my needle. And then I do another tack stitch and come up ahead. Go down and halfway up. Do another chain. And tack it, and you just continue doing this over and over down this line of stitching. I'll just work it just a little bit longer. So you can see how this would really curve nicely. So now I'm going to start to curve it just a little bit. So I'm going to come up, so I'm not on the line. I'll start to curve it upwards. You always want the chain stitch to come out directly from your line, your back stitch line. So what you'll end up with is this nice line of a back stitch with little chains coming out of it. And when you want to end the stitch, you're just going to do a tack stitch right here across that last chain. So here's another row of it that I've had completed. It looks nice, and the hardest part is getting your spacing so that your chains, you know, we probably should make the chains all the same length. but it's a very pretty stitch. It's called the Petal chain stitch.